Howdy y'all, Larky here, and welcome to ModSauce, Episode 2. I have a confession to make. I was feeling more than a little bit overwhelmed by the size of this project I've got here. And I avoided it for several days, which I couldn't really do because I've got a lot of building to do, right? And then I remembered something. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Not that I would actually eat an elephant, but if you have a big thing to deal with, the best thing to do is to take one little piece at a time. So I decided that the first thing I would need is a good storage space. I have a little temporary space, but this project is going to require huge quantities of materials. So it seemed like a good time to go ahead and start, just accumulating those materials and creating a storage space. So that's what we're doing today. You see, originally I had thought that I would use the caves for my storage and I would put everything in here, but this space is a pain in the patootie to work around. I'll be honest with you. I keep tripping on little stairs, and I'm very quickly running out of space. And I don't really want to build my storage down there. So I thought, well, gosh, if I'm building a city and my city is going to be on the river here, what is the city going to need? The city's going to need to have certain things to be able to function as a city. So I built a warehouse. Let me show you what it looks like. I have free falling on, don't worry. And feather fall. Anyway, let me pop into creative mode. Oh, not creative mode. Into free cam so you can see. Why did I say creative mode? I don't even know. So it's got 2 stories. The bottom floor is going to be full of, the signs of industry. I've only just built the shell so far. These materials are from the The Biomes Will Go. We've seen mod, most of them. I think that actually all of them are because they're all out of that maple that came from that mod. We've got some shutters and some little windowsills. The only thing that's missing, if it was not a warehouse, I might put flowers in the windowsill, but that doesn't seem appropriate for this one. We've got shutters though because bad weather is a thing, right? And then we have these big open doorways here which allow for trucks and wagons and things to bring in work. Eventually we're going to have a ship right here, or a boat. It can't be too big of a boat. I raised the water level. You can see where I stopped. I'm going to be adding more, don't worry. I just ran out of leaves. Eventually this whole river will be higher than it is currently. You can see where I stopped over here. I only went up 2 water levels, but boy did it make a difference. It looks a whole lot better that way, I think. And of course our warehouse needs to be right on the docks. So eventually there will be a ship right here. And then inside I downloaded an armor stand mod to include in my mod pack so that we can have people moving around, or armor stands looking like people moving around. And then in here I put together a little office area with a window so that people can bring their bills of lading in here. And then we've got some shelving and a little desk and a chair for somebody who might want to visit, that kind of thing. And then upstairs, in the upstairs room, I've already started a little bit. We will have, this room will just be literally full of chests. Just wall to wall chests with enough light in here so nothing else can spawn. Because I am using a mod called Tom's that is going to let me have all of my storage. You'll see. That's what we're going to do now. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing we've got to do is place many chests. And they have to be touching each other. But it doesn't matter, with toms, it doesn't matter if you actually have them where you can access them. So we're just going to go across the room. As you can see in my inventory there, I've got stacks and stacks. One thing about the trees from the Biomes You'll Go is that they're so big that it doesn't take much to get lots and lots of wood. I'm leaving this so that I can expand. I can add more chests up there if I need to. I hope not, because this is going to be a lot of chests. But if I need to add more up higher, I can. So this is super exciting, I know. So we're going to snap our fingers here in just a second. And then we'll put all the chests in. Okay, so we have multiple stacks of chests. That's 3 stacks of 64 chests, plus the other one that for some reason I had in my pocket. And they don't look like much. And right now you're thinking, that doesn't seem practical at all, Larky. However, are you going to access the stuff in those chests? You know you can't open chests that are up to the ceiling like that. And of course they're so high. How are you going to do that? Well, it's this little beauty right here. This is a storage terminal. Let me show you how it works. It's so cool. Well, friends, I recorded this cute little clip that showed you how to make Tom's work. The Tom's inventory management system work. And then I made some changes, and they were 2 separate clips, but something happened to them. And when I watched them, the audio went, which could be a nice little beat, but it didn't tell you what I needed to know. So let me show you what I did, and then I'll show you how Tom's works. You see, I didn't like the chests. They just didn't look nice in the space. So I replaced them with barrels. So many maple barrels. But wait, Larky, you ask, why would you just dump everything in a barrel like that? You'll never be able to find anything. Ah, but I will, because I have this Tom's Simple Storage Mod. I could put this storage terminal on the front of a single barrel and it would tell me what's inside. But if I include an inventory connector, then anything within a certain range that's touching, like all of these barrels are touching each other, and therefore they're touching this inventory connector. When I click like this, it all shows up. And I don't put things, if I'm putting something away, I don't put it in a barrel anymore. I drop it in the inventory management system. And I can search for something. If I'm looking for a certain thing, if I'm looking for clay, it will show me the clay items, and so on. And what's cool is the coolest thing about it is that I can put a cable with it, and I can have terminals in other places. I'll show you more of that later. It's so exciting. I'm so glad to have this mod. It just makes life so nice. Look at all the stuff already in there. And by the time I have all of the woods and all of the other items that are in all of the different mods in this world, woo, it's going to be so handy to have a storage system that lets me do what this lets me do. Oh yeah. I'm not done for today, but I think it'd be kind of cool to go exploring a little bit. There's so much to see in this modded world, and so many interesting things that I just can't stay here at home all the time. So I think we're going to go explore a little bit and see what we can come up with. Yeah. So there I was, wandering around looking for different kinds of trees and different resources, and I stumbled upon this new biome. This is called, well, Shattered Glacier. This is actually ice. If I break it, we just get water. So I need like Silk Touch to get it. Isn't it neat? Look at this. It's like something from another planet. It's wild. Hopefully there's not some secret danger here, because I'm not paying any attention at all. What, me? Not pay attention? Never. But I think that stone up there, I can't tell for sure. And I don't have a way to get up there right at the moment, so. This is wild. Anyway, I just thought I'd share. I keep discovering new things. That's what it looks like from a distance. It is definitely not a regular Minecraft biome. Wow. This one is called a Zelkova forest. And these are Skyrus logs. I think I'm gonna have to take some of these pieces home with me. Some of these flowers too. Isn't it pretty? This blue wood. Ooh, I have ideas. I have so many ideas. And over here we have some other things. Let's see what we can find. Don't mind me, just walking through. Those are fairy slippers and foxglove. Oh, I love it. And that's a different kind of stone. That's rocky stone. Have they been playing Deep Rock? Is that what they've been doing? Sorry. And then, yep, Skyrus. I wonder what these blue over here are. Let's find out. The blue ones, oh, looks like they're just dark oak with blue leaves. I wonder if you, oh, it's spruce, sorry. I bet you can't keep those blue leaves though. They're probably biome specific. But still, it's such a pretty little biome. Man, I'm having a good time with all of these new modded areas. Here's another one of those allium areas with all of the big puff balls. They're not actually puffy, but they look like puff balls. And these big giant tall pink alliums and purple alliums and so on. And the pig says it's pretty fun too. Yeah. I did a little more exploring after that last clip, but nothing exciting that I needed to show you came up, and I had some ideas about what to build next. You see, now that I have this lovely storage space, I need a place to build things in. And we have the Create mod on this particular world, so I needed a place where I could start using it for more than just chopping down trees. So I kind of built one. Yeah. Want to see? There are two things you need to know before I show you what I built next. Three things. One is that I went ahead and raised the water level all the way to the tree line back there. Do you see? Two is that it's a work in progress. I've just built the structure, just like with this warehouse here. I haven't done any of the decorating yet. Okay? So it's pretty bare bones. And I haven't put in all of the create things yet. I'm just creating a space where I can do that. Okay? Okay, let me show you. Ta-da! Oh, don't mind. The third thing was, don't mind the copper on top. It just seemed like a good flat place for me to start aging some copper. We have, I'm going to float down here. Thank goodness for feather falling. We now have a workshop. It's not the same kind of wood. It's another modded wood. This one is called ironwood, and it is from well, actually, it's also from the biomes we've seen. But this is called ironwood. And then inside, downstairs, we have, I have to show you this too. I have built a couple of water wheels. There are 3 of them here. And they're just slowly turning. Unfortunately, they're not super fast. Later, I will have a rotation speed adjuster that a controller that will make them go faster. But so I have a I have a press, a mechanical press. I have this one, if I put some bars in here, it will push it into a block. This one, if I put the bars on it, it will make them flat because sometimes you need sheets. And this one is a mixer, and I don't know what it does yet. I just know I need one. So there's that. And that's all of the create items down here, but it's not all there is. Upstairs is my actual workshop. I have my little cauldron farm. I moved it from back there. You can see where it used to be. I moved it up here and added a couple of cauldrons to it. Now this will not probably be enough forever, but it's more than I need right now. You see, eventually, if I'm using blaze burners to power things, I'm gonna need a lot more lava than that. But for now, we're good. These tables and benches are from the Chipped app, or Chipped mod, and it lets me do things with, well, depending on what they are. This is the alchemy bench. This is the botanist workbench. There's the forager's table from the biomes we've gone. You know what those are. That's a cartography table and a loom. This is the loom table. It lets you retexture wool, so you get a different look on the wool. And this is a tinkering table. It lets you do things with lanterns and so on, like this cute little stripy lantern I've got here. This is the carpenter's table. Oop, I don't have any wood on me. This is the carpenter's table. It lets you retexture woods, like this one, for example, this brick bond and this wood. These came off of the carpentry table. And then last, but of course I have my stone cutter, and you know what those are. And then here we have the mason table, where I can take a piece of stone or a stack of stone and it will show me what I've got and color all of them. I'll show you more about that later when I actually have stone in my hands. This one is from another mod. It's called it's a cooking pot from Farmer's Delight, and I haven't had a chance to play with that much yet, but it's coming. Those are smokers that I've looted or acquired from various places. There's a crafting table under there, regular old crafting table. That is a cutting board from Farmer's Delight. I've stored my little buckets for my cauldron farm right here. And then we have some furnaces and a blast furnace that I've picked up along the way. And then I have a place to put things that need to be smelted or cooked. So here we have this, and then upstairs, you may have seen it. I haven't had a chance to do anything much with it yet, but we have a very quick moving windmill. And that will drive a lot of the power for what I need in my workshop, at least for the time being. And I have these cute little goggles. And if I put them on, you can see they go on my face. And those goggles make it possible for me to look at the windmill and see that it is generating 8,000 SU, whereas our water wheels down here are only generating 500. So not very many. Anyway, I have it, and then I've cleared this area. I marked this area here so that I can, I want to put in some, like a wagon or a truck of some sort, since after all, things coming out of the warehouse need some place to go. and I want to show that in the life of my city once I get going with that. I included a mod. Oh dear, I'm going to fall in the water. I included a mod that lets me, what's the word I'm looking for? I got distracted by falling in the water. Oh, I feel so silly. Anyway, I downloaded a mod that lets me pose armor stands, and I'm looking forward to playing with that. That's all new technology to me, so that's going to be really fun. But that's going to take time, and unfortunately, I think I might be about out of time for this episode. I'm going to... Oh, here's another one of those Tom's terminals. I told you I had at least one more. And I did do one more thing this episode, didn't I? All the way up there at the top, I dug a tunnel underneath. Can't see it because I closed it in. But all the way up there at the top, I want to pop into FreeCam so you can see. Up here, there's another terminal. Now this one's a crafting terminal because it's a long way from the storage space in the workshop. But it's just waiting. Just waiting. It'll be a while before I get up there. But this is the workshop. And the warehouse. I was busy this week, wasn't I? Yes, indeed. But for now, my friends, I have to say goodbye. Next week, we have another episode of Larkcraft. And in 2 weeks, we'll have more ModSauce. Bye, y'all.